Hey everyone, this is Debbie from Crystal Dragonfly. It is Sunday, March 6th, and I put a poll on one of my Facebook pages asking for what area of information that you would be interested in seeing more of on my website. For the last 2 or 3 weeks in various parts of my house, I have been gathering different objects that I think would be a good start for someone who is wanting to set up a personal altar or a sacred space, or just a place where a central point where they want their crystals to be, where they could focus on. And I have so many different combinations and so many different things that I'm trying to narrow it down to maybe just 2 or 3 different suggestions for you. This is a work in progress, but this is the one I keep coming back to. And interestingly, I realized this morning when I was reading the comments and what people are asking for, is that so many of these subjects are intertwined. The layering of energies, setting up a crystal grid, using sacred geometry. I use all of them simultaneously because I feel like that definitely gives every grid I make just layers of energy, using all different things, that the tools that we have to help us manifest what it is that we want. So I place the Flower of Life mat here. I love these mats. It not only is a great place, a great way to help you set up your grid, because sometimes it's hard to do that just on a table. I've always felt that I wanted something below my crystal grid, not just on the table. Even a drawing, if you drew something that's meaningful, that's great too. I'm not good at drawing, and I'm very drawn to perfect symmetry, so I prefer to use something such as this. This is the Flower of Life image, and to the right of that you'll see the Tree of Life, one of them, because there are variations on how they look. These are ancient symbols that have different meanings. They're based on many different spiritual beliefs. For me, the Flower of Life represents the pattern of creation, the beginning, and a connection to the universe. So I love to use the Flower of Life when I'm creating any of my crystal grids. And when you use symbology, I think, visual cues, they help put you in a place, they evoke certain feelings within you, and I think it helps you in your quest to manifest what it is that you're trying to make happen, to come to be. So this is the Flower of Life mat with a selenite pyramid in the center. I always recommend and think you should have a point, a sphere, a cluster, something in the center, usually with tumbled stones or raw stones around it. But I really like the idea of having a nice piece of selenite also incorporated into your grid, and clear quartz also to amplify the energies. Now the Tree of Life also represents different things to different people. For me, it just represents growth and a grounding to the earth, and change and transformation. And it's another one of those symbols that I tend to use quite frequently. Now, I wouldn't place a crystal grid on this small box, but I do have tiles that I paint, and this would be the representation of the Tree of Life that I use on my tiles. When I want to create, a small crystal grid, just put it in a place where I don't have a lot of room. But getting back to setting up your sacred space or personal altar, I know these are terms everyone uses and some people aren't quite sure what they all mean. But if you're trying to set up a place for yourself, you want to incorporate some symbology, you want to incorporate other energies. I also have several sachets around the house. You could take a pouch, maybe one of the ones I've sent you or you've gotten somewhere else, put some dried flowers in it. This one happens to have chamomile in it, lavender and rooibos. It's meant for focus. I also infuse them with essential oils like frankincense and geranium, and for whatever my intention is, that's how I determine which oils I will use and what blend I will make. And I infuse actually all the dried flowers and herbs that I use for at least a week in a copper pyramid, just because I'm getting the flower energy, the plant energy. It's coming from the earth. The essential oils are concentrated energy, so I add them to the dried flowers. I also have essential oil Reiki charged candles that I try and use. So if you're starting from scratch, blank slate, what I would say is try and incorporate a few of these different things if you feel inclined to do so. If sacred geometry calls to you, if you feel that's something that you would like to incorporate into your crystal grids, you can draw a pattern. There's many coloring books out there that have mandalas. They have beautiful patterns, and it's very meaningful if you actually take the time to color those in yourself, to use the colors that mean something to you, that appeal to you. Or you could find pre-printed patterns or mats such as this and have a central place where you start from. So I would start with this. I like to have boxes because I have so many crystals. I need to keep them in a place where I could find them easily. So I do like boxes, and whenever I can, if it's not something that is maybe an heirloom that I got from my great-grandmother or something that has some personal attachment or meaning to it, I do try and find them with symbology on them that has some sort of meaning for me. And I even have the candle holder here with, I don't know if you could see it, the flower of life in it. So, hopefully soon I will have on my website a few more pages talking about maybe giving you a little jump start to get yourself going, because I know sometimes we hesitate because we're not quite sure where to begin. Once we begin, we make great progress, but that first step can sometimes be, well, a little bit daunting. So I hope this was a little bit helpful, and I hope you have a great Sunday, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks, everyone.